Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. This is your girl, Christal Jordan, with Rolling Out's Reality Check. And we're doing a reality check after dark. Reality check after dark during sheltering in place. I hope you guys are all doing great out there. We actually just had an amazing town hall meeting with our publisher, Munson Steed, and a couple of doctors, and also Dominique from the Hawks that we all remember talking about what's going on with this COVID-19. I know that we're all at different places in it. I'm in Atlanta here for the headquarters of Rolling Out, and our governor has announced that that the city is going, well, the state is going to open back up. So there's been a lot of conversation about that. We've been talking about it all day. So I thought tonight it'd be great to jump online and do a reality check after dark with Love and Hip Hop Hollywood's Lyrica Anderson. Lyrica is going to be joining me in just a few minutes. So I ask you guys to kind of bear with me while she gets ready to hop on, and we talk about her new project and how musicians and artists are managing to stay connected during this very, very, very different time in the entire world. That's the crazy thing about this, is that the entire world is going through it at the same time. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. And like I said, we're going to wait for Lyrica to jump on. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of talking with my girl, Tawanda Braxton, and I asked her a question of the day. So yesterday's question of the day was based on Insecures, the most recent most recent episode of Insecure. Issa Rae's character is friends with an ex-boyfriend's new girl. So I asked Tawanda about that. I may ask Lyric about that, but I see that she's about to jump on. So you guys help me welcome Miss Lyrica Anderson.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's like I'm trying to get where it's not so bright. Hold on, because I'm
You're
sitting
fine.
in the sun.
You are
I'm good.
fine.
How are you?
I'm good. I see you got the shades on.
I got the shades on with the robe. Okay.
With the robe. I'm not mad at you. That's how we practice self-quarantine, right?
That's how we quarantine, and where you still could be like cute, but you gotta like be comfortable at the same time.
Absolutely. Cute and comfortable. So you're actually in LA right now, right?
Yeah, I am in LA.
Okay. What is it like there? I was just kind of talking to people. I'm in Atlanta, and Atlanta is kind of on edge because the governor just open the state back up for some businesses to start, and people are really, really, having strong opinions about that. What's it like out there in LA right now?
LA is like, I mean, I do the bare necessities. Like, I'll go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me, and like come home.
Right.
If I have to get gas or something like that. But I guess I feel like people in LA are doing the same thing as far as like the store and stuff. Because when I go, it's like that's usually the most packed place when people are at the store.
Right.
But I feel like I think people are listening. I haven't heard of no like big parties and stuff like that. It's funny because I was just on live and I was adding people, and this guy from Mississippi was like, he was like, hey, oh my gosh, whatever. And I'm like, hey, and then I was like, so how y'all, where you from? He's like, Mississippi. I'm like, how y'all doing over there? He's like, oh, it don't stop nothing. And he was at a whole barbecue with 20 people.
Wow.
Like a whole barbecue. And so I was like, come on. He had a drink in his hand, which is cool. But then he like turned the camera into background with music and people. And I just was like, damn. So a lot of people aren't listening, but I mean, if they just opened everything up in LA tomorrow, like all my favorite restaurants and stuff, would I be tempted to just feel like I'm out of jail? Yes.
Right.
But I wouldn't just rush outside. Heck no.
Right. Well, I know you especially because you have a baby, and I know if I'm a mom, but if I had a little baby right now, I would be like, get back.
Yeah, I have a baby and he's only one, so
yeah.
I have to be like, extra careful when it comes to him.
Right.
It's easy for like us, but it's like he can't do anything, and just when he has had a little cold or a little stomach thing, I like freaked out. So I definitely can't like play with that.
Yeah.
And so I'm extra careful when I go out. I'm extra careful when I come home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm extra like cautious, and it's just like I'm not out partying and all that. It's like I'm just trying to wait for this to be over so we could go out.
Right. Yeah, we all are. Well, I want to talk. This is Reality Check After Dark, and I thought we could have a little bit of fun. We are doing this in the evening. You know, we have a little bit more flexibility than we do during the day. So I wanted to ask you my question of the day today, and everybody that's watching, I would love you guys to tune in. I'm sure you, along with the rest of the world, watched last night Babyface versus Teddy Riley.
Oh my God, so amazing.
Who had?
I missed. I actually was at the store for a couple hours while it was going on, so I missed. Like, I didn't miss all of it, but I missed the majority of it because I was actually trying to get stuff for my son before
Okay.
closed.
Yeah.
But but I mean that's like legend right there.
Both of them. Like, I didn't even know that. I knew they were both amazing, but I had no idea of some of the songs that each of them had done. What is their legacy like for you? Because you being an artist, I can't imagine they pretty much single-handedly dominated anything that was a love song or mid-tempo in the 90s. Came from either Babyface or Teddy Riley.
I love me Toni Braxton.
Oh my God, yes.
I love everything that she has done with Babyface. I love freaking Teddy Riley.
Yeah. I think we lost your sound, Lyrica. We can't hear you. Yeah, her sound went out for just a second. Hopefully we'll get it right back. Can't hear you. We may have to see if she can click off and then click back on. Yeah, click off and then click back on. We can't hear you. You guys bear with us. We know that this is we're all trying to figure this out with Zoom and StreamYard and all these different platforms to try to keep everybody connected during this time. So I didn't get, maybe I'll have to ask her the other question since she couldn't answer that one. Would she be friends with her ex's new partner? We got an interesting conversation going yesterday with Tawanda Braxton on that. And then we'll just wait for Lyrica to jump back on. Here she comes. All right. Okay, we're having the same problem that Babyface and Teddy were having last night. That's cool. Well, you know what? Let's get into what you have going on. I definitely want to talk about love and hip hop, but the great thing is you have a new single out right now, Marriott. I love the video. You look amazing. You got the leopard body print on, showing that the after baby body is banging. Well, did you shoot that video during this time, or did you guys already have that done?
I shot it right before the like exclusive shutdown. So LA was like kind of, I don't want to say we were the last state, but I remember for a while it was like a maybe here.
Right.
And very few people were wearing masks. It wasn't like it is now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even bad at all. I don't even think it hit LA, but we were hearing about it. So I was like, oh shoot, let me just get this video on the camera before it gets crazy. So we shot Marriott back then.
Very smart.
And then right after that, it was crazy lockdown.
Yeah. Well,
now it's
like, tell us a little bit about the song.
Marriott is about a breakup with your partner, whether it be your husband, your man, your boyfriend, whatever, your girlfriend, whatever.
Right.
And for me, it's a personal story because when I moved out of my house right after I had Ocean, I stayed at the Marriott Hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I stayed at the Marriott Hotel, became one of my favorite hotels because it's just super chill, not too extra or whatever, but still dope. And
you're gonna get a check. You tell Prince to get you a check from the Marriott.
I told him, I'm like, Prince, tell me to hit Marriott and be like, what's up? They need to give me a
something.
Maybe to sponsor me because I'm over here going hard for them.
Yeah.
But, I stayed there with my son. While we were doing joint custody before I got my own place. And it was just like a crazy story because like it's just, I don't know, it was crazy.
Yeah, we saw like, I'm not gonna lie, my heart broke for you during the season. We actually saw you guys in a relationship going through a really hard time. And I want to say that we know anyone who's been in a long-term relationship has dealt with heartbreak issues, you know, break up to make up, cheating, all those different things, you know, are just part of life and a part of relationships. But what was it like for you to actually go through that, have to deal with those emotions, and then have to see those emotions, everything played out again, like a year later on television? What was that experience like?
And for that to have happened a year later or a year before that. So it really was like super old, but it makes it where you have to relive something from basically 2 years ago. And it's like, it's hard because you have all this pressure of like people watching and judging and having their comments and their opinions and this and that. And like, I just was angry. And that's part of the reason why I had went and stayed at the Marriott.
Yeah.
Like my best music came out of the situation, make lemonade out of lemons, like my
Yeah.
mom says. And I took what I was going through and I put it into this whole project. This whole album is amazing because of me going through that. So because of me moving out, because of me, like a bunch of stuff that you'll hear in the album, because it's a confessions album.
Oh, wow.
And so a part of me is like, it's a blessing in disguise, but I signed up for reality TV, so that's what comes with it. But at the same time, it can be a little bit like you don't want everybody in your business, and then some stuff is, the truth is extrified when certain things didn't really happen, or people lying for a story.
Right.
So it just be like a lot. That's the only irritating part for sure.
Yeah. Now, were you and A-1 able to work through that? Are you guys still together today?
Right now it's like more so co-parenting, and we'll see what happens. But the main focus is Ocean right now. Ocean is like, needs a lot of love, a lot of attention. Ocean needs to feel special. He doesn't need to feel like, oh, his parents are, not near him or whatever. But I just been keeping my distance and figuring myself out and getting my music together and like focusing on me, God, and just like my whole new being. So if it's something I decide that I want to do with him in the future, maybe, but right now I'm just really focused on the music.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think I commend you for being able to co-parent, because sometimes when there's fighting and hurt, it's really hard to co-parent with that person. What do you think?
It's super hard to co-parent.
Yeah. What have you learned about yourself? What did you learn about yourself going through that with him? The way that you
Just
did.
that I was stronger than I thought I was, especially having a kid. There's postpartum. There's like, I'm a new mom. So it's not like, oh, kids, I can do this, I've done this. It's like, and everybody's experience is different. Some people could have a bunch of kids and it's like nothing for them. Some people, one kid, they're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? At first I was like, what do I do now? Like, okay. And I was getting all these calls because people knew I'd had the baby. So like, can you come out of town? Can you host? Can you perform here? Can you do this? Can you come to a radio interview out of town? And I would feel guilty, like, oh, but I'm not supposed to leave him. I just had him. How am I gonna leave my child? But then it's like, I gotta get money, and I gotta promote what I do for a living. So so I'm just at a point now where I'm like, he's older, he's a year and a half almost, so it's like I don't feel so bad. He understands, like I can talk to him and even take him some places, so I don't feel so guilty like for leaving and stuff.
Right. I think that's any mom adjusting to motherhood, so I'm sure there's a lot of other women out there that can relate to that, because it's our senses go into overdrive, and you want to be there with that baby and protect that baby and bond with them. And I didn't even like other people keeping my daughter and my son when
nobody could keep Ocean except for, at the time, like me, my mom, A-1, or Pam, and that's because that was all blood.
Yeah.
Like no matter how we felt about each other, it's like that's his grandma, that's his grandma, that's his dad, I'm his mom. So it's like I know the safety was there because everybody wanted to make sure Ocean is good and he's safe. I just recently, like 5 months ago or so, hired on a nanny.
Okay.
Who helps out with Ocean a lot, and she's really good. But before that, I wouldn't let nobody touch my baby.
I don't blame you. Now that's another thing that we saw that you guys were playing out. Not only was there drama with you and A-1, but your moms were also, involved in it. Of course, your mom had your back, and his mom was trying to have his back. Where is that relationship at now? Are the grandmas cool with each other? Are you able to, interact with his mom, and everybody's kind of at a more peaceful place?
Everybody's trying to be at a more peaceful place. I mean, we're in a whole pandemic. People need to be in a peaceful place. It's like, I mean, everyone's keeping their distance, so it's not like they're up under each other or nothing, but it's like high and by, it's love, like it's all good.
Right.
But it's not like, it's not like best friends, like, oh, let's go to dinner or whatever. But it's just like, it's better that way, because when they tried to be friends, it didn't work. But as long as everybody's respectful for Ocean, see, everything goes back to Ocean. He's the number one priority as far as family.
Right.
So that's why, that's all that matters when it comes to that. Like, not all the other petty stuff don't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, that's a hard situation, but you guys playing it out. I kind of think, when you play things out like that on television, it could help somebody else because even though you guys are going through that in front of the world, a lot of other people are most people are going through similar type situations in their own, lives. And so maybe seeing the way somebody handles it or seeing their strength. Because I got to tell you, I'm friends with with Prince that works for you, and I told him like she's so strong because I see that she's gone through this, and we know that she's hurting, but girlfriend is putting out music. She's in the studio and she's really pushing forward. So we want to just commend you for that because it can be easy just to like get depressed and get caught up in what everybody is saying about your situation and not move forward. What do you think was a part of the motivation that helped you? I'm sure it's probably Ocean, but what do you think was a part of helping you get back into where you were just like, I'm not going to sit down. I don't know what's going on with me and A-1, but I'm going to get back in the studio. I'm going to get my project out and prove to the world that this is really who I am and this is what my talent can prove. Oh, we lost our sound again. Yeah, your sound. We see people are saying you have an amazing voice. I think we're gonna have to let her drop out and come right back in. You know what? This probably happened because I did say something about Babyface and Teddy Riley. This is exactly happening because of I jinxed this entire broadcast. We've not had this problem before. I'm sure Lyrica's gonna jump back on and we'll ask her more about her upcoming EP. But that teaches me to technology. You know what? We should not have given Teddy Riley a hard time because here we are going through the same exact thing here on Reality Check. If you're just tuning in, this is your girl Christal Jordan with Reality Check on Rolling Out, and we're talking to Lyrica Anderson from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Lyrica was having some technical difficulties, so she dropped out of the feed, and she's going to come back in, and we're going to continue talking about her her new project. She has a single out called Marriott. Basically, letting people know that if you're having problems with your spouse, having problems with your significant other, you need to take a break, you can always go chill at the Marriott. Like take a break, make sure that there's no domestic violence. Sometimes you just need a break, right? So you can hang out at the Marriott, and we hope that we're able to get Lyrica's able to get a check or at least a lifetime of free rooms from the Marriott for pushing the hotel like that. So love to hear what you guys are saying. Please keep the comments coming. People are talking about how beautiful Lyrica's voice is. I think that people are always shocked when someone's on reality TV and their project comes out and they're actually super talented because we get so used to seeing them in that role. So I love the fact that people are loving this record. Please support it. I believe it's on Vivo and on YouTube right now. So we want to make sure that we support our girl Lyrica as we wait for her to tune back in to our Reality Check After Dark. Again, I'm not going to go back to that. Question of the day is a wrap. We're not going to worry about it. We are not going to worry about it. There she is. Okay.
Can you hear me now? Okay, so to answer your question, it was just something inner inside of me. God, of course, that's just like inspired me to like keep going. And what really inspired me is I realized I had something I really want to talk about now. Like
right.
Before, I've made like fun songs, dance songs, sex songs, whatever songs, but and I've had some songs with like a lot of substance, like even Cold and Don't Take It Personal were like substance songs, but these are story records, and I've never ever story records, and it wasn't like a plan or nothing. It just this is what happened in my real life. I couldn't give these records to anybody as another artist because that's not their story. This is Lyrica's story. So when I started getting in the studio, I called my engineer and I was like, yo, I want you to come pull up to the house. He even pulled up to the Marriott and we recorded some songs at the Marriott Hotel.
Y'all are really pushing the Marriott.
Yeah, because I was like, the best songs seem to come out of pain. So I was already sad, and we just like was in there, and he was there with me when I wrote Marriott, and I did the verses, and I had the hook, and then I kind of got over it, like it was weird, and then he was like, I forgot about it. That's what happened. We had moved on to another song, and he hit me, and he was like, yo, I was listening to Marriott. He's like, you need to finish that record, and I'm like, really? And he's like, I was like, I do love it, but I don't know. I was just kind of over it because I still had like the B section to write and just a few other like lines.
Okay.
And he's like, And he's like, yeah, trust me. And so he pulled up and he literally made me finish that record. So it's just, you never know what the extra push is. And then I
Right.
have, you know, other songs on there. Like I said, this telling stories of what I went through during our
Mhm.
breakup,
Mhm.
being apart, not living in the Marriott hotels, finding a place, just my whole thing. But I wanted to find a way where it's like I could tell my story, but it still bangs at the same time.
Right. Right.
I feel
Right.
like Marriott captured that exactly what I wanted to capture and what I wanted humans to hear and feel. And I
Mhm.
wanted them to relate. And I know that people everywhere in the world is going through or has gone through a breakup.
Yeah.
And some guys are hurting, some girls are hurting. You may go stay somewhere else. You may go stay at your homegirl's house. Your homegirl house may be the version of the Marriott, your mama house. You know,
Mhm.
he may go stay somewhere and that's his version of
The Marriott there. Yeah.
Marriott. So
Mhm.
that's the whole play on it, and it's like just being strong and knowing that, you know, like it's not a bad mouth thing to say. One, it's just like whatever bullshit that somebody is on. Excuse my French on live,
No, no, you're good.
but
After dark, so we're good.
I'm like, but then it's like you can get past it and you can move forward and like it's people think a lot of women also my ladies think like, oh, we have a kid so I can't move on, where do I start? And it's just like
Mhm.
it's just about doing it and you can.
Right.
And so that's what this song is, empowering women, empowering strength, which is something I always represented. That's why my last project was called Strength.
Yeah.
And just like encouraging to like keep going.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. And I think also like a big thing in that, I'd rather people leave. Like if stuff gets toxic, you need to leave as opposed to staying in something and just like you said, trying to stay because you have a kid or just trying to stay to prove your point. It's nothing wrong with taking a break. It's better to take a
That's what I'm
break.
saying. That's another thing. And relationships gonna have their hiccups. Like things aren't perfect. Should you just first act messed up? I'm out of here. No, but you also can like you don't have to stay when you feel like things aren't progressing or doing better or whatever. Like
Right, right. Let me ask you this: what are your deal breakers, or have you discovered new deal breakers in a relationship? Because I think every time a woman goes through an experience, you learn more about yourself, and you know what you will take and what you won't take, what you will stand for and what you won't. So, what are your relationship deal breakers now with A1 or whoever you may be with in the future?
like you know, cheating is definitely a deal breaker for me now. Like, you know, we've all had our experiences or
Mhm.
whatever wrongs, but like once you decide like, hey, this is not cool, it's not what we on or whatever, I expect that respect.
Right,
So if a person is like, you know, continuously being a cheater, then I can't be with them,
right,
period.
right.
I hate slimy, grimy DM type shit. Like I
Mhm.
hate that. You know, and then I want you to be goal oriented and want things for yourself out of life. You know, work hard,
Mhm.
inspire me to be stand on my goals, God fearing, can have no
Right.
atheist. Um, and that's really about it that I could think of. You know, handsome.
How did you how did you and A1 meet? Did you guys meet in the studio?
We met in the studio.
I
A1 was not the guy he is on TV now. He was all shy and like, hi, you know, I just think you're really beautiful. I was just wondering if, like, he was that guy. And A1 is a gifty guy, so he's always like giving nice gifts and stuff, and he's just
Mhm.
like a gentleman, so things like that. But we met through a friend at the studio.
Gotcha. I think the studio is like an aphrodisiac. Because you see a lot of people. I say that because I think when an artist or a writer like yourself is in their zone, the producer is working with them or sees their talent, it's like you guys can connect on a different level because you do the same thing, you know? Oh my gosh. The sound went out one more time. You know what? I don't know what is going on tonight with the broadcast. The sound, it keeps going out. We're gonna get Lyrica back one more time and just ask her about where people can find the music. Thank you guys for being patient. I know we have a lot of people on. People are complimenting her voice and the project. And guys, give us one last time to get this right. We're gonna get her back on and just give us a quick shout out to where we can support her and how we can support the music moving forward. And then we're going to get out of here because I hate that we are having this much technical difficulties, but I know everybody understands because we're all online. It's probably the internet is probably going crazy because so many people are online doing this kind of thing. But I think it's great because you get a chance to see the artists in their own element. You know, we're not all glammed up like usual, just very relaxed. She's there taking care of her little one. So as soon as we get Lyrica back on, we will get that last minute in. Do you guys have any questions for her? If you have questions, you can put them in the chat, and I will try to get to a couple before we get ready to get out of here. Thank you again for tuning in, as always, to Rolling Out, supporting everything that we have going on. This is a version of Reality Check, but it's after dark, which means that in other circumstances, we could have really got into a really good conversation, but we're having some technical difficulties tonight. So I think Lyrica is going to try to jump back on for a few minutes, but trust me, we're going to get right to the meat of where we can find the record, when we can expect the EP, and what is next for her. Is she coming back to Love and Hip Hop? That is, we want to make sure we ask her when she jumps back on. So in the meantime, I hope you guys are staying, your spirits are high, your spirits are lifted. We know that this is all going to work itself out in some way. We don't know how, but I know that there are a lot of people that are at home. A lot of people are struggling with losing their jobs or not really sure about their job security. And I just want to send positive vibes out to anybody that's worried and frustrated and going through that, because trust me, most people are concerned at some point, but we know faith in God. Put your trust in God and just keep a positive attitude, and things will start to work in your favor. So I just want to send those positive vibes out to anybody that's watching that's dealing with something like that, which I'm sure a lot of people are. So I think Lyrica is back on. So let's try to add her back to the screen here. All right.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Out of control.
It's okay. You know what? I want to ask you a couple questions. I'm seeing comments come through. People are really supporting the song, saying your voice is beautiful. The song is so authentic and nice. People are saying that thank you, actually saying thank you for interviewing someone that's genuine. So people are really in support of your project. I want to ask one thing. Are you coming back to Love and Hip Hop Hollywood next season? Will you and A-1 be back?
I don't know if I'm going back or not. I really want to just like focus on my music.
Okay.
I have so much more to drop, so much more to release, and I love and hip hop, but it's really time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Like you film for a whole year almost, and sometimes I need to travel, I need to do show. I don't even know if that's gonna be going down though. So that's why I thought about it, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be doing shows and stuff like I want to. Because of that, but. We'll see.
We'll see. So we're not sure. So I don't want this to go out again before you tell people how they can support you, how they can find your music, how they can find what you have going on.
Okay, so y'all follow me at Lyrica Anderson. That's LYRICA ANDERSON on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
And the link in my bio is the link is in my Instagram bio to my new single Marriott, where you can get it on all platforms.
Awesome.
Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it is you like best. Please buy it, stream it, and then also the video just dropped this morning, and that is Marriott visual, and you can see that on YouTube.
And the video is, like I said, it's amazing. You look beautiful. The sound, it's a great video. So kudos on that. I did get a question. Do you have any other artists that you would like to collaborate with?
Yes, I would love to collaborate with Drake, Lil Wayne, maybe even the Baby. Those are probably my top 3.
Okay. Have you done Drake's challenge? Are you into the dance challenge? Are you into the dance challenges? Have you done Drake's the dance?
Oh yeah, I'm totally into it. I'm gonna learn it.
I think did you guys do a version of the Don't Rush, right? Did Love and Hip Hop do a version of the Don't Rush challenge?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Rush.
With the that's maybe you guys didn't do it. I saw. I think Love and Hip Hop Atlanta did. They all did. They all got together and did like the Don't Rest
Oh,
challenge.
did it together. Okay, yeah, they probably
Yeah,
did. Yeah, we didn't.
yeah. Well, Lyrica, I don't want to keep you under having like technical difficulties back and forth. I just want to make sure we congratulated you on your new single. Congratulations. We want to support it. We're going to have an article up on Rolling Out all about this, and people can definitely go and follow you on Instagram. They can find the single there at the link in her bio at Lyrica Anderson. Congratulations, girl. And we're just going to wait to hear more from you. Hopefully we'll see, we'll keep you posted on what's coming next.
Thank you for having me. And yeah, y'all stay tuned for more music. Y'all follow me, more music coming, and y'all support the single, and appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Love to your baby. See you next time. All right. I just want to thank you guys for being patient with us tonight. I really support that young lady. She's doing her thing in the midst of going through heartache. Something that she said is so true. A lot of times pain breeds creativity. And sometimes the best songs, the best music, the best art comes from a place of pain. So if you're going through something, just remember that everything can always be turned into something beautiful. Just keep your mind positive. Keep your mind on God. And everything will work itself out, but don't ever lose sight of yourself. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on rollingout.com, Rolling Out's Facebook page, thank you so much for supporting us. I'm about to get out of here. Check me out next week on Reality Check with Christal Jordan, and I'm out. Y'all have a good night.